Okay, on the inventory list, of course, we have the same capabilities of sorting it by any column whatsoever. You can move columns around and set them where you want. And that's remembered just for this user. We've got a few calculated columns. One is the suggested order quantity. That suggested order quantity is basically the amount of product you should be purchasing at this time. And it's calculated by taking the committed quantity, the back order quantity, and the reorder point, subtracting what's on order already, subtracting what's in stock, and bumping it up to the minimum buy quantity. So based on that, we have 3 items that need to be reordered here, and they can be reordered using the requisition module and just clicking on requisition to create purchase orders for these. There's another video on requisitions that goes through the whole sequence of events for there. But you can sort again by any column, and then you can also print them. So if I want to know, if I sort by vendor, I want to know how much the value is of the inventory that I buy from Bosley Audio Supply. I can highlight all those, hit the print button, choose inventory status selected, and run that report. And what we get is a value, subtotal by product code, of all of the inventory that I just highlighted and printed on. So it's not strictly a vendor report because of course you can sort by product code and get a value of all your HOM product code, hit the print button and preview that, and there's all of that particular product code's value. You can even do ad hoc if you want to just highlight a bunch of items like that and hit print, you can do so as well. The columns that we're showing on here, besides the ones you see on the right, are all the cost columns for standard and average, or sorry, for standard, average, and the current price, current costs. Each of these columns can be removed again. So if you want to uncheck them, you'll see that I've got sell price 2 through 20 unchecked, but they can be turned on as well. One nice feature we have in here is if you need to change a lot of items at the same time that need a common change done to them. So for instance, if you've got these 3 items that you want to put a primary vendor on them right now, you can highlight those 3 items, hit the edit button. It pops up this multi-edit screen, and all of these fields are editable by this editor, this multi-editor. So in this case, I'm going to choose a vendor, and I'll set each of these items to this vendor here, and then I hit save, and those 3 items now have that vendor optimum set on them right now. Any other reason you could do this, if you wanted to highlight all your HOM and edit those, and you want to make them all a particular color, foreground and background, you click OK or save, and then they all get that background color as well. We also have a description search. We just move that down. Description search allows us to search for an item with a word within it. So I typed in the word SPEA to find speaker, and there's the word speaker here in the middle of the description, and some with the beginning and others with at the end. So it doesn't matter where in the description that comes, it just shortens the list by the description that we searched for. We also have the capability of printing labels. So if we go back to our full list, and then we want to print a label for a few items, say all for these, I can hit the label button, and it comes up and sets it to default to quantity 1, but you can also set it to the value of the balance on hand. So that's how many we have in stock of that particular item. Or I can simply type in how many labels I want of each one. And then when I hit print, I got a choice of 3 different kinds, although they can be customized and have more added to it. So there's a barcode label for each of the items that I selected and the quantities. There's just a price label or a shelf label, and then a smaller label. You can also, if you wanted to print all of the items from a particular vendor, you can of course sort by vendor and print a label for each of those vendors as well. There's a fuller video on inventory labels that in a different place that will show you all the different ways that BVEssentials prints labels. If you wish to copy an item, you just highlight it, press the copy button, and it pops up a dialog to copy that particular item, and it copies everything about the item. You now have to, of course, change the part number to something different, or change the warehouse if you want to copy the same item back into a warehouse. When I do save an item, it comes up and saves it and puts it immediately into the inventory with everything about that item, except of course anything to do with on-hand quantities and back order quantities and such. If you need to delete a lot of items, of course you can't delete anything that's got any stock, so you have to sort by on hand and find all your zeros. You're able to highlight a group of items like that and hit the delete button, and it will delete all three of those items at the same time.